if you're not one to be marketing to people on social media and you're just using it as like a consumer, I would get off of social media. If I wasn't running a business and it wasn't reliant on social media, I would never be on social media. I hate the consumer aspect of it. And I don't like a lot of the things that social media is built on, but I use it because it's there and everybody else uses it. But if you are there to like capitalize on it and to take advantage of the huge opportunity that's there in 2022, I would be spending the majority of time on TikTok for sure.
Jayson Waller here with the True Underdog Podcast. And underdogs, I have got a badass here today. I watched this guy's Instagram the other day and I said, this guy's fucking dope. He's doing some cool shit. I got to get him on the show, pick his brain, let all the underdogs hear what's going on. But this guy here is a social media growth expert, management, PR, fitness, real estate, e-commerce. We were talking NFTs, and he's the founder and CEO of HighKey Enterprises. My man, Luke Lintz. How you doing, man? Thank you. Thank you. That was a good intro, right? I come in and I bring it real quick. Oh, good. Well, there you go. Make me your intro guy, Luke. Make me your intro guy. Well, listen, I want to jump right in because, you've been featured in Forbes and Entrepreneur, New York Times, and, many magazines before the age of 21. I mean, you are a business entrepreneur, future thinking kind of dude. I don't know a lot about NFTs. I mean, I watch these YouTube videos over and over and over again, so I understand how it works. It's just baffling to me. And on your Instagram, you were showing some stuff on it, and I think that was your NFT walking or something that kind of looked like you, but also looked like that famous monkey NFT. I don't know, but it was really cool. And your older brother, Jordan, is your business partner, and you lost 150 grand at the start of HighKey Technology. You bounced back, managed over $1 million revenue in 2018, and now you are crushing it. So, are you ready? All right, I'm going to start here. So let's start with, how did you decide to get into business? Because it says in your first year in business, you lost 150 grand. What made you want to get into the business at HighKey? What was the inspiration to do that? And talk us through that story of opening a business. Is this prior to like the AirPods? Motherfucker, you should be getting royalties. They should be paying you. Go ahead. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But failures make you learn. That's how you get better. People don't realize that you have experience. You can go to school for all the business you want. I'm sure your brother would tell you. It's the experience of failing that makes you better. So you grew up in Canada. You got in business when you were still a sophomore in high school. Lost over 150 grand. You were talking about maybe 500 grand. But I'm looking on here. One of your beginnings, the Cocoon, involved a social media video series called Jay Baller Gaming. You know, my nickname's Jay Baller. I know I wasn't in that series, but talk about that real quick. Don't I? Hey, they load me up, dude. Now, I look, I play around on the Instagram, but they load me up with little bullets here to be like, bring it up, make sure, you know. Oh, lots of work, huh? Not much return early. And see, listeners need to know that when you're doing something and you're not seeing the fruit come up front, you're still learning something. You're still creating that experience. You're creating that memory muscle and how to handle things and how to do like creativity. What are you going to do when you get to that point so you can utilize those skill sets later to really better your business? And had you not did that, you're right. You wouldn't be able to take off on what you're doing now. Well, the difference between you and most, and this is really the difference, is you didn't quit. You utilized that to do something else. You quit that part, but you pivoted to something else where you took those skills. And some people they just turn their chips in. They don't want to play their cards and they get scared. But you also believe in mentors. You mentioned something earlier. Man, I wish I had a mentor early and, you know, that could really guide me. And I'm similar, right? I opened a business and struggled and failed and struggled and failed, then was successful, thought I knew everything, had this huge ego. I know everything. Learned out I didn't know shit and I had to learn from other people. And then now I'm really big on coaching and mentoring. And I try to suck all the experience and knowledge I can from people. I'm like a sponge and I love to pay it forward and give it back to folks on experience that I have. Tell me about that coffee shop moment. Head was blowing up when you were walking through the door, right? Yeah. So, I guess a Stefan Ariano, investor and coach in real estate industry, is he one of your mentors? Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Well, that's a great story. There's never, a meeting that isn't worth it. I remember a long time ago, I was getting this guy that just kept marketing us. This is probably 2008, 2009. I was in the home security business and he was just harassing us. Man, you got to buy leads for me. You got to be like, no way. And finally, I told Kevin, my business partner, take the damn call. His guy's name was Alan Brendovan. He took the call, and that propelled us, just taking that call, to end up having call centers in Pakistan, to end up having call centers here, to end up doing all these other things to change our entire life. Like, that's what happens. You make one decision and it alters everything, right? And people don't realize that. And David Meltzer's my CEO and coach. He's one of my dear friends, and he has the 5-20 rule. He'll always take a 5-minute phone call or a 20-minute meeting for anybody, because you never know what's going to happen. And that gentleman, Stefan, that talked to you guys, loved it and had an opportunity for you, A, to give you guys knowledge on that side of the business, but B, for you to propel his business out there on social media. And it's so important that listeners out there understand that there's never a bad meeting. There's always something to be gained on a meeting or a relationship, somehow, some way, to benefit yourself and others. I truly believe that. Now, yeah. Isn't that a great idea? Like, I'll take a 5-minute call from anybody, and I'll take a 20-minute meeting, as long as you come to me, with anybody. And that's how David works, and he knows everybody. And it's key. And, as long as you're kind and you're passionate and you have integrity and you want to do the right thing, you can help people and you can learn from people. I learn from people every single day. People that work for me, people that work with me, people that I just meet. Like, I think I'm going to learn a little bit about NFTs here in a minute with you, but like, I'm always looking to learn, and then I'm always looking to where I can teach, because there's certain, I believe nobody's great at everything. You're great at a few things, you're good at a few things, and then we kind of suck at the rest. And so I focus on what I'm great on, and I try to share that. Anything I'm good on, I want to learn to maybe get it to great. And anything I'm bad on, I definitely want to learn on it to be average, right? And so that's how I kind of look at it. So cult following, that's the lead here. HighKey has been called a cult following due to its customer retention. That's powerful. Let's dive into building a community and strategies. How are they calling this a cult? Yeah, I'm assuming this is how this works. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're in for the free prizes. Their information is able for your marketing or advertisers, I'm assuming, to be able to market, maybe sell them products. They choose to buy the products, they choose not to, but they're in for the prizings, and therefore it's building a lead base. Am I correct? Or am I off a little bit? Hmm. Ah, I love it. Makes sense. I totally get it now. So, and look, that's a good popular business right now that a lot of folks are doing. Um, what, let me talk about this. It's a social crypto future. How can people take advantage of social media in 2022? Because you are a social media expert and you've got a great brand, and I mean, your shit's pretty dope. I was on there. I was like, this is cool. Like this cat's fun, right? Some people, you get on there and they're like, like, what? I don't know if I'm gonna have fun with that guy. But yours is pretty dope. So talk about how someone just getting started with their brand, or somebody that has a good brand but doesn't know how to make it a rocket ship. What advantages can they take? Can they do in social media in 2022? Nope, you're absolutely right. And I agree. You said something that's so important. It's going to age up. Pink Energy spends almost $11 million a month on lead gen and branding, all digital. Like we don't have door knockers. We spend a shit ton, right? So we have companies that kind of like bid for our business. Like they got to go out and get us traffic. It's got to be compliant. So they got to go through the rules, and then they get paid a good fee or a percentage of what we spend or an acquisition cost, and they get paid for that. So, but we do that. And one of the things that I've been bitching and preaching to my marketing team for fucking 2 years. I'm like, guys, this is fucking 2 years ago. I'm like right when COVID hit, and I'm like, dude, we got to start fucking selling on TikTok. Like, get off of we're only on Facebook. Get on other shit. Get on Instagram. And I know Facebook bought Instagram, and now it's both, but it really wasn't like 2 years ago. And I said, and get on fucking Pinterest and get on Snapchat. That's all the future. And our marketing people are like, no, it's not. I'm like, bullshit. 18 months later, 16, hey man, our number one lead thing is fucking TikTok. I'm like, no shit, dude. Like the shit ages up. People it starts with the kids and then it just evolves to everybody else, right? Yep. I agree. Do you know Ryan and Jen Hamilton, Hammy TV on TikTok? So Ryan, I met Ryan at the event this past weekend at the Ed Milet event, and we hit it off really well. And dude, he's a fucking TikTok genius and Instagram. Like his whole thing, they make these stupid, funny, inappropriate, sexy, but not really sexy videos. I didn't even know who the hell he was. And then he's like telling me, I'm like, dude, I've seen your shit on TikTok, like a lot. I'm always laughing. I didn't realize that was you. But that cat, that's all they do. They monetize that and they get paid a shit ton of money to advertise for people because of the followers they have. See, so you know him well then, dude. Good dude. Good dude. Great following though. Yeah. Yep. He's a veteran. He's a good dude. So I just met him recently. I was super excited. I figured you were talking TikTok and all of that. I was like, I bet you know him. So what is the future of e-commerce in the digital age? Way up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting a little selfish here, right? If we wanted to hire you guys to do some stuff for Pink Energy, that's a possibility, right? Yeah, I think after this we're gonna share information. I'm gonna put you in touch with our CMO, my business partner, because right now we kind of lean on one company a little too heavy. And I don't like to have all the eggs in one basket, and I like to diversify. And their argument is we're all buying the same eyeballs, and I'm like, bullshit. They might do something a little better than you. I'm okay with it. Reduce what you're spending, have someone else spend, and see what we can come up with. So, you agree? You just work on fixing a brand. You build up a brand for them. Right. It's top funnel. You need it for top funnel, the credibility. Yeah. I love that. I love that. So, look, you guys started taking crypto payments a few years back, and your brother's really bullish about it. Talk about the future of cryptocurrency in the future and what that looks like in your opinion. It's still more than where it started. Like everything's got to be a long play. People got to be. Everything's a long play. Oh, I agree. Hmm. So everybody for the future should buy a shit ton of Bitcoin. Mhm. Very smart. So your agency's been making moves. What's the ultimate mission and what's the process of achieving your goals from this year going forward? It's a deep, deep question, right? I have, and those are so key. So go ahead and talk about it. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. You got to have something to chase, Luke, or what are you doing, right? If you don't have something to chase, it's tough. And I did the Lamborghinis and the plane, like I did all that shit, and then now I'm like, okay, now what am I chasing? I'm chasing to take the company public, right? And so when you get some of the material things, especially as a young man, because like I always wanted to have a Lamborghini Aventador, I had it. Let me tell you something. Midgets didn't jump out. Fireworks didn't happen. Poppers weren't flying. It wasn't what I thought it was. I was like, where's the party? Party wasn't there, right? So, and it drove like shit. Like it's real low and it's hitting, it's hot. I'm like, this is fucking horrible. I like my Porsche that's electric a million times better because it drives cool and it's faster. So, but everybody's got to go through it, Luke. And it's normal. I tell people there's nothing wrong with chasing material things because as a kid, we see that and we're like, wow, that means you made it. And you got to go through that. And then what happens is as you kind of age up and you go through that, kind of like those different platforms age up, we age up and we go, okay, I like to fucking win, right? I want to ring the bell, take my company public. I like people to say, you can't do it. And I'm like, fuck that. I can and I will. I like those things now. And of course, I've got 4 kids and 2 grandkids. I like to set up my son to win. He's a big football player. But one thing I still have on my material list that you talked about is a super yacht. I am interested in a super yacht. Like I want to have a yacht, kind of like the Wolf of Wall Street yacht. And I'm just sitting back and I got a cook and I got a captain, and I'm like, whatever, they're fanning me and feeding me grapes and like, what's up, honey? Like, I want to do that. I ain't lying. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I like the Urus. I have a Urus still. Guilty as charged. It's the other cars are shitty. Yeah, the Urus reminds me more of a normal car, but when you get like the really fast exotic cars that are really low and you're a tall dude and they're hot and uncomfortable, imagine Shaq driving in a fucking Lambo. Like, it's not fun. And I'm not a big dude. I still feel uncomfortable, but you pay for it because it's what people want. And then after you get it, you're like, oh, it's not as good as I thought. And so, that's, but everybody goes through it. Me, my business, everyone I know, everybody, Ed, my net, all of them, they get it. And then they're like, okay. And then they move on. Although I will say Grant Cardone gets it and then just keeps getting it. I'll give him credit. He stays motivated to keep getting it. Yes. He's like, fuck it. I'll get a bigger jet. I'll just get another, like, it's just, and look, I get it. And everyone has their drive. I'm feeling pretty pumped. I know you are. Where can people find you? Where can people find your business? What's the easiest way to reach out to you, Luke? Oh, dude, I enjoyed talking to you. Tell me about real quick before we end the NFT, because we didn't get talking about it. Tell me about the NFT you were making and what was when you were walking. That was you, but you like kind of looked like a monkey too, right? Okay. How much is the NFT? Dude, that was sick. I saw it. It was sick. Yeah, no, you're right. The 3D stuff. We did a Super Bowl commercial with Pinky, our new spokesperson, and it was $250,000 to sit there and do the animation. It was nuts. The robot talking. I'm like, holy shit! I don't want to do that anymore. I'll just get back and do the commercials again. It was crazy. But you're right. There's a lot of work that goes into that, and the IG of that and stuff, or the CIG of that. So listen, Luke, I appreciate having you on. You know my dude, Clinton Sparks. He runs Xset. He always says the Xset. Okay, good dude to know. I might connect you guys. He's got a lot of same contacts that you'll have. He's a great guy to know. Deals with a lot of influencers and celebrities and athletes that for the e-gaming spectrum. He's a badass. I'll connect you guys. He's a good friend of mine. He's actually coming back on the show tomorrow. But he's like a brother from another mother. Guy is dope. He's straight. He used to be a DJ. Like, he just knows everybody. He's good people to know. And he's got his hands in a bunch of different things. And I invested with him on his Xset, which is the e-gaming thing. And he's blowing it up. And so it made me think of it because he kind of messaged and we're talking and I saw his thing. I was like, man, I can connect these two. Everything's about connections in life, right? You connect people who feel good about it. I think you both can help each other out. I think it'll be cool. So I'll connect you two as well. But listen, keep it real. Scared money don't make money. Luke, you are an inspiration to those out there, those young entrepreneurs out there that are hungry for success, that want to be motivated, that want to take it to the next level, not to quit, learn from their experience, continue to grow, and then that's it, baby. So bam! And that concludes another episode here on True Underdog. If you're interested in hearing more, make sure you subscribe at iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the YouTube channel. You can always visit trueunderdog.com, subscribe to all of them. Make sure you check out our newest episodes coming out on Mondays and Thursdays. True Underdog, baby. Bam!